Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we are looking at a very specific day, Friday, January 30, 2026. And I want you to think about something. When a city talks about revitalization, it's usually this super vague promise, right?
Oh, yeah. It's a 10-year plan that just sits on a shelf somewhere.
Exactly. You get a nice rendering, a speech, and then, nothing for years.
The rendering phase can last a lot longer than the construction phase, that's for sure.
But something is happening right now in San Pedro, California. If you look at all the news that just dropped in the last, 24 hours, it's not a plan anymore. It's happening.
It really feels like a tipping point this specific weekend.
And to get why this moment is so important, you have to understand San Pedro's, its psychology, I guess.
Yeah, it's been the town of eternal potential for, 50 years?
50 years. At the bottom of Los Angeles, this historic port town, always being told the future is coming.
And the locals have just been waiting. And probably rolling their eyes a little bit.
I would be. Skepticism is practically a survival trait down there. It's a blue-collar town. You believe it when you see it.
Right. But then yesterday, January 29th, it feels like the dam just broke. We've got a stack of stuff here. San Pedro Today, Connect CRE, announcements from the Port of LA.
And you put it all together, and the picture it paints is of a city shifting from a place you drive through.
To get to your cruise ship, yeah.
Into a place you actually drive to.
Yeah.
A destination. So our mission here isn't just to list off new buildings.
Anyone can do that.
We want to unpack how a historic, multi-generational town handles a sudden $500 million in development. How do you balance that?
That's the core tension, isn't it? Old Pedro versus New San Pedro.
So let's start. Not with the big money, but with the soul. Let's talk about the Majestic.
Perfect place to start. On paper, it's just a new restaurant opening. But the story, it's something else.
Okay, so the Majestic just opened in the Harbor View House. But that building has a history.
A deep one. It opened in 1926 as the Army and Navy YMCA.
100 years ago.
Exactly. And you got to picture it. This wasn't some fancy gym. This was where sailors and soldiers came off the docks, off the battleship.
Utilitarian.
Totally. They'd box, wrestle, use the steam room. It was a gritty, sweaty place to blow off steam. Literally.
And here's the detail that just blew my mind. The restaurant is beautiful, high-end, but the tables you're eating on, these gorgeous marble tables.
They're not what you think they are.
No. They're the original marble slabs from the walls of the 1926 steam room.
Reclaimed. So you are literally eating your dinner off the same marble that sailors sweated on 100 years ago.
When you say it like that, it's a little weird, but also amazing.
It's a tangible connection, and what I love is that it's not some outside corporation faking history.
Right, it's not a theme.
It's the Tranny family. And in San Pedro, the Trannis are food royalty.
This is what, the fourth generation?
Fourth generation. It started with Filippo Tranny in 1925, an immigrant who opened a pool hall, and he called it the Majestic.
So the name itself is an artifact. It's been dormant for 40 years.
Pretty much. And now his great-grandson, Dustin, is bringing it back. But, and this is key, he calls it a rewrite, not a revival.
I love that word, rewrite. It's not just restoring something. It's changing the plot.
Precisely. A revival is a museum. A rewrite says, we honor the past, but we live now, and the menu shows it.
How so?
You've got the old-school bolognese his grandfather would have made, right next to a Thai-influenced sea urchin pasta.
Whoa. That's a contrast.
It's respecting the lineage, but also knowing it's 2026. And they kept the stage.
The stage.
Yeah, back in the day, the YMCA had variety acts for the troops. Bob Hope, Lucille Ball. So now they have unannounced performances, you're eating, and a string quartet might just start playing.
It's an experience, not just a meal. It feels like they're building a living space, not just a monument.
It's the opposite of gentrification, where history gets erased. Here, the history is the main attraction.
Okay, but the Majestic is definitely high-end. Let's shift gears to something a little more democratic, a place you can bring your dog.
Let's talk about Warehouse 9.
Yes. Formerly the Broward West Brewery Space. They just had their ribbon cutting yesterday.
And the big news isn't the name change, it's a licensing shift. Which sounds boring, but it's a huge deal culturally.
Explain that. Why does it matter?
As a brewery, they could only sell what they made, their beer. If you didn't like it. Tough luck.
Right.
Now, as Warehouse 9, they can sell guest beers, hard seltzers, ciders, slushies, anything.
So more options.
Yeah.
But it's the philosophy behind it that stood out to me. They said their goal is to listen first,
Exactly. It's not about pushing their product on you. It's about giving the community a third place.
Your first place is home. Second is work.
And the third place is the community living room. It's family-friendly, dog-friendly. Food trucks are there most of the week. It's designed to be a hangout spot.
And the programming shows that. They've got a Lunar New Year event, brunch and bands, and for Valentine's Day, heart-shaped pizzas.
You can't argue with a heart-shaped pizza.
Never. But there was a quote I saw that really stuck with me.
What was that?
They said, "It's not trying to be the biggest venue in town. It's aiming to be the most welcoming."
And in a place that's getting bigger and shinier by the minute, that word welcoming is so important.
It's essential. It grounds the whole thing.
Yeah.
But speaking of bigger and shinier,
Here we go.
we have to talk about the $500 million whale in the harbor.
West Harbor.
The project everyone's been waiting 20 years for. The old Port So-Called village is gone. And the replacement?
It's massive.
42 acres. This isn't a facelift. It's a whole new identity for the waterfront.
Yeah.
And the dining lineup they just announced? Wow.
Let's run through it. Mike Hess Brewing.
That's a big get. Huge San Diego brand, and this is their first LA spot, a beer garden, and a distillery. It says San Pedro is now a prime market.
Not a risk anymore. And then this food collective, a food hall, and one name just jumped off the page at me.
Tacos El Franc.
From Tijuana. The one from the Netflix show, The Michelin Guide.
A Michelin-recognized taco spot on the San Pedro waterfront. That's a statement that says, we are a culinary destination. And they're pairing it with Glass Box, which is high-concept Asian, Paraná, empanadas. It's very global.
Which fits a port town. But it's not just food. There's a 6,200-seat amphitheater.
6,000 seats. That's bigger than the Greek theater.
It is. And a proposed observation wheel, the tallest in California. This is designed to pull people in from all over Southern California.
It completely changes the center of gravity. But where do all these new people live?
And that's the other piece of news from yesterday. The residential part is kicking into high gear. A project called Jules San Pedro.
The 8-story building on 6th Street.
Correct. And they just secured their financing. An $80.8 million loan from Sumitomo Mitsui Trust Bank.
The Japanese bank.
Yeah, and that's a big signal. When you have giant international banks and developers like Trammell Crow investing, it means the global market sees San Pedro as a sure thing.
Not just potential anymore.
The money is in. And the building itself. 281 apartments. And the amenities. They have a pet spa.
A pet spa. In San Pedro.
A pet spa.
My grandfather worked those docks. If I told him there'd be a pet spa on 6th Street, I mean, wow, that tells you everything about the demographic shift.
It really does. They're breaking ground now, aiming for a 2028 opening.
Just in time for the LA Olympics.
Not an accident.
Okay, so let's put it all together. You've got luxury apartments with pet spas, Michelin Guide tacos. It raises the big question, what happens to the actual community?
Does the soul get priced out?
Yeah. Does the real San Pedro just get washed away?
And if you only looked at the real estate news, you might think though. But that brings us to the last piece of news from yesterday. The Port of Los Angeles Community Grants.
Okay, so this is the counterbalance.
It is. The Harbor Commissioners just approved a record $1.85 million for 47 local nonprofits.
And these aren't for infrastructure, right?
No, this is for the cultural fabric. The San Pedro City Ballet, the Los Angeles Maritime Institute, their youth sailing program, the Boys and Girls Club, groups that teach maritime careers.
See, that's vital. A pet spa doesn't teach a local kid how to sail.
Exactly. This is the investment that ensures that as San Pedro becomes a tourist destination, it also remains a port town. It supports the people who've been there all along.
It's like a safety net for the town's identity.
You have to invest in the culture, not just the concrete. Otherwise, you just become a generic mall by the water.
So, let's zoom out. January 2026. You have the past being rewritten at the Majestic. You have the present community finding its voice at Warehouse 9.
And you have this massive future crashing in with West Harbor and these new apartments. It's a collision.
I think we can say San Pedro's no longer up and coming.
It has arrived. The ground is breaking. The checks have cleared. It's here.
And it feels like they're trying to thread this impossible needle, be the most welcoming neighbor like Warehouse 9 wants to be.
While also being the biggest venue like West Harbor.
Can they do both?
And that's the thought I want to leave everyone with. With $500 million flooding in, with rents about to climb, can San Pedro actually hold on to that gritty, blue-collar, family-friendly vibe that makes it special? Or is this just the first step to it becoming, another Newport Beach?
Is the rewrite of the Majestic a love letter to the past?
Yeah.
Or is it the beginning of the end for the old San Pedro?
Time will tell. But if you want to see that transformation happen in real time, you should probably get down there now.
Absolutely. Go see it for yourself. That's all for this deep dive. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.